if my missus comes home doing it, right, I'll just go out the garden so she can sort my daughter's food out then, right?
No worries.
Yeah.
We are now officially live here on YouTube. Welcome to the very late edition of the show. My apologies, everyone. I had some issues with my microphone. Turns out it just came a bit loose out of the headset, so that's why I apologize for the long delay. But yeah, we're here with my guest tonight, Dorian Darch. It's a pleasure to have you on the show because you are a legend, I want to say, in the boxing and in the bare knuckle world now, I would say, and you fought some other great legends in your lifetime.
I'd say I've fought some good boys, but I wouldn't class myself as a legend. I'm the person that gets beaten up by legends.
Well, I think you're still a legend in that case.
Yeah. Thank you very much, but I'll agree to disagree.
Well, tell me because you're from the boxing world, and I know you are have a very successful time in the bare knuckle world. And when you first transitioned over, did you find it quite challenging, or did you actually find it quite easy when you crossed over?
Oh, to be honest, if I started boxing at a very late age, I always played football and rugby as I was younger, but I started boxing at 25 because I was fighting in pubs and things to stop myself from doing that. So I always really was fighting bare knuckle, even though I weren't in a ring, before I started boxing, if you know what I mean. So it's gone full circle now, back to bare knuckle, but it's in the ring, so I can't go to jail for it.
Yeah, well, you've had a good impact so far, picking up a win, and we like having winners on this show. And I feel like you are a winner, and you're moving up the ranks quite well as well. So can we see you getting past the other competition to get to that belt?
Hopefully, but like I said, I'm ranked number 3 now, I think.
You are
So
indeed.
if he doesn't fight, if the champion, I don't even want to mention his name anymore, I'm fed up with chasing him. If he doesn't fight number 1 or 2, and then he doesn't fight me, people will be able to see him for what he is then. So
As a
I
chicken.
think the other 2 are American as well, so
Yeah, yeah.
it's
But
whether they sort that out or not.
you mentioned about how you've been, of course, calling out the champion and all of this, and he doesn't want to face you. He obviously must be scared of you or something.
And I wouldn't say he's scared of me, but obviously he's the champion, and he, but for some reason, like I said, I don't like talking about it because it's just going round and round the gooseberry bush. Like we both fought on the same show the other day, and I know what was said between me and him, and he knows what was said. But then he goes lying on social media the next day, and it just pisses me off, to be honest. And he even inboxes me lies then, but it was only me and him talking. So what's the point in inboxing me lies? I can see that the point in lying on social media for other people to think it, but now the fact that he inboxes me lies, I just can't see whether he thinks if he tells me the truth in my inbox, I'm going to screenshot it and put him on my Instagram or something. I don't know, but I just can't see the logic in it.
No, I understand that. There's a bit like a two-face going on between the
Yeah,
champion and what you're saying to you behind closed doors to what he's saying
yeah,
on social media.
yeah.
So hopefully you get the opportunity to put him in his place.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to chase it anymore. I'm fed up of chasing it. The fight is there if he wants it. Everyone knows the fight is there if he wants it. So if he wants to take it, it's up to him.
Yeah, yeah. No, I get that. Who are you wanting to fight next?
Daniel Podmore, the champ. I'm ranked number 3 now. There's 2 Americans, I think, ranked above me. So if he doesn't fight one of them 2, in my eyes, it's all he talks about is rankings, and you got to do this, you got to prove yourself. If he doesn't fight one of the top 2 and then jumps me and fights someone else, that, like I said, it speaks for itself. That does then.
It does, and we're going to show the rankings here right now, which you have shared on your social media. I'm just
Yeah,
going to share the screen here. This is the first time we're doing this live on YouTube, but you can see the screen right there in front of you. You can see you've got Cody East, who's
yeah,
ranked number 1, and you got Maurice Morris, who's ranked number 2, and then of course yourself at number
yeah.
3. So you're not far off from being the number 1 contender. So I guess you
No.
just need to get past the other
So
2, don't you?
yeah, but I think, in all fairness, them 2, the 2 above me are Americans, and I think for some reason Daniel, one of Daniel's dreams, and if he wants to do that, I think he wants to go and fight in America. So, so if he does go and fight one of them 2 in America, I can't fault him. But if he fights anyone else apart from them 2, and fights in the UK, there's something up. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. We did have a YouTube question as well coming for you, Dorian, because
Yeah,
people, are hyped to see you on the show tonight. And this person
yeah,
is called Jamie, who has seen you box in the past
yeah,
against some of those legends we mentioned briefly. He wants to know your thoughts on Dave Allen. A lot of
yeah,
people said that he's rigged the fight to give Dave the win. He wants to
yeah,
have your thoughts on that.
yeah. To be honest with you, but I woke up on the Monday morning driving to work, and someone screenshotted me the picture of the back of the Daily Sport with they plastered all over it. Dorian Darch takes dive and all that shit. But if the fight was rigged, no one told me, so it was nothing to fucking do with me. Nothing's ever come of it, so it's all hearsay,
Yeah,
as far as I'm concerned.
yeah,
That's the end of it. Nothing's ever been said about it. No, there's no one's ever mentioned it to me from the boxing board, from the betting agencies. So if someone genuinely thought that the fight was rigged, it would have been an investigation or something would have happened. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So people just jump onto it and they make their own lies up and they add to it, if you know what I mean.
yeah. No, I get that. Completely agree with you there.
Yeah,
But I mean, fighting in the Trigon as well is probably better for you, as there's not much room for your opponent to go anywhere. And on the video
yeah,
you posted on Instagram as well recently, of you just pounding
yeah.
away, and I think you even said on social media that you went there maybe a bit too far.
Pardon? Went a
I
bit
feel
too
like
far in which way now?
with your, I guess, overconfidence. You said something on the
Yeah,
lines
because
of,
in all fairness, the boy who I was originally supposed to fight pulled out on the Wednesday morning,
yeah,
and fair play to my opponent. Then he took the fight. I was by 5 o'clock. We was matched up, so he just come back from holiday and everything. I think, but everyone's like in bare knuckle boxing. Everyone's dangerous for a minute. You know what I mean? And he
yeah,
did catch me with a shot. In all fairness, but then I took him out in 26 seconds. So
he did,
it's not a
he
bad
did.
night at the office when you stop someone in 26 seconds, is it?
No, no, it's
Even if
not.
you do get, I did get caught, didn't get dropped,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, someone
still
stepped
won.
in. Someone stepped in last minute, and I
Yeah,
guess you
lovely bloke,
both,
Tony Barrett, in all fairness.
and you both didn't have much of a game plan to go in because you were preparing for somebody else who then didn't show
Yeah,
up, and then same for that
yeah,
guy. He wasn't expected to have a fight, and stepped in last minute
yeah.
and didn't get enough time to, I guess, watch your
Yeah,
work,
fair play to
define
him
any
for taking it last
weaknesses.
notice.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
vice versa. So it's good to see that, and you keep mentioning about retirement as well. So
Yeah.
what's all that
I've
about?
retired about 500 times, I think, now.
You have,
Yeah.
yes. So
It's
are you considering?
frustration more than anything. I haven't said I've officially retired this time, mind. I got to be honest. I was contemplating retirement. That's what I wrote on my tweet, I think it was, wasn't it?
You did, yeah, you
But
have, yeah.
yeah, it's hard work to get. Knowing you're 41 years of age, it's hard work to get motivation in between fights. So when you're only fighting 2-3 times a year, and I like a drink, you know what I mean. So it's hard. And even though I don't fluctuate massively between
No,
fights, but
no.
I do like a drink after work. It calms me down. Like
Yeah, why not? After a hard day of graft, you want to have a bit of
yeah,
relaxation, don't you? And
yeah, exactly.
have a drink or two.
So
So
at the moment, fighting stops me from drinking for like periods of time before fights, which helps my health and everything. You know what I mean? But if
yeah,
I haven't got nothing to train for, it's hard work. But I get you can't fight on every show, but it's still at my age, it's hard then the periods in between the fights, if you know what I mean, to get motivated to train when you've got nothing to train for.
true, true. But I feel like you're still at the top of your game. I think you're still in your
Yeah,
prime.
in BKB, I will take some beating at 100 kilos in BKB because I can take a shot and I
Yeah,
can give a shot. You know what I mean? And in our
you can.
triangle, there's nowhere to run. Like I said, no, like two 16-stone men in a triangular ring, the fight should never go longer than 2 rounds in my eyes. Because if both men can punch, you get cut. Like it's happened to me. I've got cut whilst winning fights. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But if it's two 16-stone men, otherwise one of them's either going to get cut or knocked out in my eyes within
yeah,
3 rounds maximum.
yeah. And it sends the fans home happy as well because you see
Yeah,
many different fights, not just in the BYB or BKB, also in the boxing world, where they just drag on all rounds and
yeah,
goes through a judges' scoreboards,
yeah,
and it's and the fans get disappointed in that. So
yeah.
I think that's why people love you.
I think BKB got like a 90% stoppage
Yeah,
percentage, so that's why people love it.
yeah. And it's becoming very popular as well, isn't it, in
Yeah,
recent years, especially since when BYB bought out BKB, but
yeah,
now
it's
bought the
growing in
band
it.
back.
Bare knuckle boxing is growing in it.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I wish it come round sooner, to be honest, because I'm a bit older now, but I still got a few fights left in the old dog yet, even though I keep talking about
No,
retirement.
you're talking like you're in your 50s there. You
Yeah.
know, you're still in your
I'm still
prime years.
fit. I mean, I'm still fit. Like
You are.
like
You're
I said,
41.
yeah, like I said, no fight of mine now will ever go either way, right? I might get knocked out, but no fight of mine will ever go past 3 rounds, 100%.
You hear it first. You hear it
Either way,
first.
yeah, exactly. Kill or be killed. That's the new motto now.
Love it. I love it.
Mm.
Any particular goals you wanting you want to achieve before the end of the year? Of course, apart from hopefully winning the title from I guess I'll call him the coward because obviously he's not man enough to face you at the moment. But any other particular goals you want to accomplish in between?
No, that like everyone knows, that's the only fight we were supposed to fight like fucking 2 years ago, I think it was,
Yeah.
and he pulled out a week before the fight. So I've had a couple of fights now. I lost a couple of fights in all fairness on cuts, but I've won 3 Bareknuckle on the trot, I think, all by first round stoppage. So you know what I mean? I've like he talks about rankings and fucking climbing up the rankings. I've got to fight this and fight that. He thinks he's my fucking owner. I think he does. No demand and I do things. But at the end of the day, I'm ranked number 3 now. So if he doesn't fight 1 or 2, he's got to fight me. That's simply that's it. That's in his terms as well. Because I'm 3rd in the rankings. He doesn't fight 1 or 2. He fights number 3. When I'm there waiting to fight him when he wants.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree. I think he should fight either 1 or 2 or even yourself because all 3 of you deserve the opportunity to fight for the title.
Yeah, like I said, if it's his dream to go to America and fight, go to America and fight 1 or 2. You know what I mean? But if he doesn't do that, I'm the only other option for him in his terms. That is, so if he doesn't fight 1 or 2, then bypasses me and fights someone else. Well, it speaks for itself.
It does. It does. And
Yeah.
I know you're getting sick and tired of that, of talking about him. So I'm guessing that's your main objective then, isn't it?
Yeah, it's my only objective, really. You know what I mean? If that fight's not there, I'd like to keep busy fights, obviously, to keep me off the dark fruits. But I understand you can't fight on every show. You know what I mean? Because it's got the fighters to fight.
Well, not just that, but you got to train for it, and you have to go into a training program as well. It's it takes 6 or more weeks, doesn't it, to prepare for a fight? So...
I do take over in between fights, in all fairness. Even though I drink, I go box when I haven't got a fight. I go boxing once a week, and I still do weights 3 times a week. So it's not as if I don't do nothing in between fights. I never get fat.
No, you're in good shape. You're in good shape, and I know you train well, and you post it on your social media as well, which people can find you at, by the way.
Yeah. So, like I said, I'm in training for holiday at the moment. I'm going on holiday 3 weeks tomorrow, so that's what I'm training for.
Yeah, to show the foreigners that you mean business. But where can my followers find you on social media, by the way?
I'm only on Instagram and Twitter. I'm not on Facebook. And it'll be at Dorian Darch. That's all it is.
Yeah, there you go. And you can find more about his training, his upcoming fights, and anything else you may post on social media. Maybe some holiday pictures. You might see some holiday pictures going on there.
Probably will. My missus loves taking a picture. Kodak Kate, I call her. So all she does is take pictures.
But yeah, it shows your, I guess, your personality when you're in your weakness from outside of fighting.
Yeah, like you said, you got to. I fight to provide holidays and things, mate, because I can't stick paying for holidays out of my own working money. Look, so that's the reason why I fight to pay for holidays. Because I'm not even a fan of. I know it sounds sad, but I'm not even a fan of holidays. But my missus and daughter love going on holidays, so I fight. And the money I have, I bet the money I had from my last fight went in my bank for 30 seconds before she booked the holiday out. You know what I mean? But keeps her happy, keeps her off my back. So I still love fighting at the end of the day, even though I'm 41. So I get to do what I love. She gets to go on holiday what she loves, and everyone's happy.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But I know I hope you have a fun time, and hopefully you have lovely weather wherever you go, like it's at the moment as well, because it's been lovely here.
It has been nice today. It was forecast rain today in Wales, but where I am, it didn't rain at all.
Well, that's good. See, told you the weather forecast isn't always correct, is it? So, so hopefully you did get to, wear some warm things and not carry a raincoat around thinking it's going to rain.
Yeah, exactly. But
so, do you have any regrets in your long, illustrious career, or have you not regretted anything in your life?
No, to be honest with you, but I like won my first 6 boxing fights and I stepped up and I lost. So I'm not deluded. I realized straight away that I'm not good enough to make it to the top in boxing. So I just use it as a hobby, as a paid hobby, and that's all it was. But keeping me off the beer.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
So, how do you wind down then? Apart from drinking beer, is there anything else you do to wind down after a fight, or is it just mostly beer?
Mostly beer, but to be honest with you, I'm not going to lie to you. Obviously, I've come to the age now. I don't go out tonight anymore. I go for meals with my missus and daughter, but that's about it. I've grown out of the partying days, so
don't blame you. What's your go-to beer?
Dark fruits. It's quite a feminine beer for a it's like a blackcurrant flavoured cider.
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, I
so
have those.
For a tough man, it's quite a queer beer, like, you know what I mean?
well, believe me, I like, dark fruits. I don't know, something with a taste in it I just like. I've tried beers, I've tried what you want to call them, Guinnesses, they just don't.
I don't like lager. No, like when I go on this holiday now, because in all inclusive they don't serve ciders, so it's like I'm like the opposite to a normal person. So I drink less on holidays than I would if I was back home. If you know what I mean?
Because of the fact that your favorite drink
I can't drink cider. There's no cider there.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's annoying, but yeah. Well, we wish you the best of luck, and we hope you get to have this fight eventually, because unless that guy gets beaten, because if he goes to America and gets beat, that might be why he's very reluctant to face those two, because he didn't want to go to America and get beat and be embarrassed overseas.
I don't know what happens, but I don't know what's going through his mind. But like you said, I'm fed up of talking about it. So he knows the fight's there. I'm here if he wants to fight me. So it's pointless going around the gooseberry bush. He can tell as many lies as he wants on social media about what he told me backstage the last time. Fuck him, he must have been talking for 3 hours if he told me everything he said he told me. We both shook hands, agreed to fight next, and that's the fucking truth, you know what I mean? So if he wants to tell lies on social media, it's up to him. But like I said, he's a nice enough bloke to speak face to face too, but he seems to be a different person. He got more faces than a fucking town clock once he goes on social media.
Yeah, no, I get that. Well, we wish you the best of luck, and hopefully the promoters of BKB will sort it out for you and get you the match you want. And could it be money? And people want to see it, and I think it'll be one of the best fights of the year.
Yeah, it will be, because I genuinely dislike him, you know what I mean? So I don't know if listen to the voicemails he sends me that if I ever go to Birmingham, I'll never step out to Birmingham and shit like that. So he probably dislikes me as well. So hopefully number 1 and 2 doesn't happen, and he has to fight me. And then if he doesn't fight me, then it shows the fucking, if people can't see that, then there's something fucking wrong.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. But I think if you did go to Birmingham,
but if he fights 1 or 2, I can't agree with it. I can't disagree with that, because that's his goal. They ranked above me, so that's the way it works.
No, absolutely. Of course, they deserve the shot because they won more fights.
I'm not stupid. I know that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but no, absolutely. But hopefully you get to fight either 1 or 2. If you want to fight them, maybe you can fight one of them to move up in the rankings to prove yourself to him, maybe. Yeah,
like you said, it's hard. If he doesn't fight me now, who do I fight next? You know what I mean? Yeah. So you're talking like a 6-7 month layoff, and at 41 years of age, do I want to be doing that? Like, you know what I mean?
Is there any particular places in the world you want to have a fight in, or are you not bothered about that?
No, it doesn't bother me, but I'd fight him in my garden tomorrow if I had to.
But you must watch. You probably get a lot of people coming to your house to watch that.
Pardon? Like you said, I'll sell a lot of tickets for that if it's local. But
yeah, I mean, yeah, you would.
the last time we were supposed to fight, I sold 150 tickets to fight in the O2, which is a 3-hour drive to my friends. You know what I mean? 3.5-hour drive, and then he pulled out the week before, and for whatever reasons it was, BKB wouldn't refund my tickets, so I fought Jody Meikle at late notice, and he beat me on cuts, which I can't argue with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But it's not every day you get to fight London O2, though, is it? So it's like it's his loss.
No, so I mean, a day to fight in the O2 for my friends to come and watch that fight. It's not like a couple of or like nip down to Cardiff and watch a fight. It's 3.5, 4 hours on a bus up. I think they left at 12 o'clock in the afternoon and didn't get home till like 4 o'clock the following morning. You know what I mean? So that's a big cost and a big thing to them. That's why I'm so pissed off with him, to be honest with you.
I agree with you. I would be as well if I was in your position. I would be peed off as well. So we will let you go in just a moment, but I
No
mean,
problem.
it's been great chatting to you in this brief appearance because, of course, of my delay. So I sincerely
Yeah,
apologize
it's
for
no
that.
problem. There's no
But
problem.
but who would you, I guess, recommend to go on the show next after you, Dorian?
There's loads of nice people about the BKB. Fucking, you've got Kamil Sokolowski, one of my big friends from BKB, lovely bloke. Who else? Yeah, the list is endless. It's like knowing combat sports, most people are lovely people to
Oh,
talk to. You know what
absolutely.
I mean?
They are.
Yeah.
They are.
So you could probably speak.
Apart from the coward who
Yeah.
is dodging
You know,
you.
I don't think he's a coward. I don't know what his reasons.
Well,
I
I think
don't.
he is
I
because
I don't know what his reasons are, but you know what I mean. But obviously, he fights other people, and he like demands to me why I got to fight and things. But
yeah,
I've had 25 professional boxing fights. You
there
know
you
what I mean?
go.
He's an unlicensed fucking white collar boxer. I know his BKB career, no shadow of doubt, is better than mine.
Yeah, yeah,
Because of cuts, and he'll say, "Oh, you fucking lost on cuts."
yeah.
But he went out and fought in some other foreign country. I can't remember what it was, and he got cut. And when he loses on cuts, oh, it's fucking hell, he lost on cuts.
Yeah,
But it only works for him. Like he's a fucking weirdo. He's a fucking he's a very difficult guy to understand. Like,
yeah. I get that. Well, all we can do is wish you best of luck and keep our fingers crossed that this fight does happen and see you knock him out, and that would be great. And then that will end the whole
no problem, buddy.
scenario. But enjoy your evening.
Right.
Thank you again for
Thank.
joining me, and
Okay.
I hope to have you back on again soon. But hopefully for a longer
No problem.
conversation.
Yeah. Thank you very much for your time, bud.
No, thank you for your time and thank you for waiting around as well. So I really do
No
appreciate
problem.
that.
No problem, buddy.
Yeah, take care.
Right. See you later. Ta-ra,
See you
bud.
later. Bye bye.
Ta-ra.
So that was Dorian Darch here on the show, and I'm just going to do that. No, that's what he's gone. So yeah, so that was Dorian having strong words about the #1 ranking in the in that league, which we're going to show you again just right now on the screen, just for your information. So we've got that on your screen. So you got Cody East, who is #1, then Maurice Morris, who's ranked #2, then Dorian Darch, who we just had on the show, #3, and they're all wanting to fight the BKB Bridgerweight champion, if I'm going to say the words, Dan Podmore, who I've been calling a coward on this show tonight because of the fact that he keeps dodging Dorian from what he mentioned there. And Dorian will say he's not a coward, he's just a strange individual, saying one thing in person and another thing on social media. So, he's obviously dodging him for some reason, and he obviously doesn't want to fight him because maybe he's scared that he's going to lose that prestigious belt. Who knows what his reasons are, but if Dan Podmore wants to come on the show, then he's more welcome to, and see what he has to say from his side of things. But that's what the rankings say as of May the 1st from the BYB rankings. Of course, BKB is, of course, the official fight here in the UK, and of course they're coming to Bolton on July the 5th, making the first stop in Bolton in the northwest of England on July the 5th of this year. It's going to be a great event. It's going to be some fantastic bouts, and hopefully there's going to be a sellout crowd in Bolton. That was, again, Dorian Darch here on the show tonight. A very quick conversation because, of course, I had some technical issues with my microphone. So apologies for that. All fixed though. We're back here tomorrow night with another guest who I announced on Instagram a short time ago, as I'm going to show you right now. First time we've done this as well. So this is the first time. First for first. So I heard there's no music because it's going to get me copyrighted. But this is the next guest on the show coming on tomorrow night. We will have Sydney Wicker on the show, joining my show tomorrow night. It's going to be a fantastic episode, and it's going to be a great conversation. We're going to be joined by a sports journalist and anchor and reporter, Sydney Wicker, on the show tomorrow night at 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. where I live. So tune in for that if you want to hear more about who Sydney Wicker is and about her fantastic stories in the sports world, all of that good stuff. This again will be available on YouTube at any time and also on my audio platforms at some point in the near future. I also got to mention as well that hopefully we have more BYB, BKB fighters on the show as well. And there's two different promotions, but they're both together because BYB, of course, merged with the BKB, or not merged, taking it over, as they say, last year. So we will see what other fighters we can get on the show. And again, thank you to the people at BYB/BKB for making that one happen with Dorian Darch. And we can't wait to see what happens with this, because it will be a fight of the year, I think. We'll be, less than 3 rounds before we see a knockout. And hopefully Dorian will get the knockout there to win that prestigious title. If the champion does not want to fight the rankings of 1 or 2 for another reason. So yeah, but until the next episode, if you enjoyed the episode tonight, smash the like button, share the video around, leave a comment in the comment section below what you thought about my guest Dorian, and if you agree with any of the statements he made on the show tonight. And if you're new around here and like the content and want to see more of my great episodes with other BYB fighters or even BKB fighters, obviously, and also any other fighters we've had on the show, from boxers to MMA fighters to even pro wrestlers, then make sure to smash that subscribe button. We've got over, as at the moment, 307 subscribers. And until the next episode, which will be until tomorrow night at an earlier time of 7 p.m. UK time, 2 p.m. Eastern, I will see you then. Have a good night.